Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners with Jim Misiura. Today we're going to tie a UV Cure Caddis Larva. The hook that I have in the vise is a Lively Legs lip splitter. This is the number 470. It is a size 12. It is a Scud shrimp nymph hook. One extra short, two extra strong. And these are the bronze ones, and they have a micro barb on there which I crimped down. We're going to start out by putting some weight on there, and I'm going to use 15 thousandths lead-free wire. This is round, but what I did was I pulled some off and I put it on my desk and ran my scissors on it to flatten it out. Here's a tip that I picked up from Tim Flagler. First we're going to start our thread behind the eye. And then we're going to keep the wire on the spool and we're going to tie that in right there. And doing it this way, you're not going to waste any of your wire. It would help if I actually catch the wire. There we go. And we're going to leave our thread hang there, and we're going to take our wire and we're going to wrap that, and I'm going to push the thread along as I am wrapping. I just like the flat wire on this particular fly because when I wrap the body, I'm not going to have those big gaps or those nice big round gaps inside for the body to fall into. We're going to take this around the bend slightly, and that's about good right there. So now I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to tie that off right there. And then I can break that off, and I didn't lose any wire to waste. I'm going to turn this slightly just so I can see a little better. And I'm going to wrap up and down the thread one more time. And I'm going to stop there at the back. Now for the body, you can use larva lace or nymph skin. What I'm going to use is, this is a Gimmie hairband, and these Gimmie hairbands, if you didn't see my video previously, you can get these from just about any dollar store. They're actually they're kind of an acrylic or something like that for a hairband, and they stretch. Supposedly they don't pull the hair out after they take the ponytail out. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut an angle on it. And these Gimmie hairbands, you get like 500 of them for $1 from the dollar stores if you find the proper ones. We're going to tie this in on that dart. Came back a little bit. Try to get that. There we go. And we're going to bring our thread up the front. Now I'm going to wrap this. I'm going to pull it slightly as I wrap. Got to turn it just for that first wrap or two. And now you can, as you pull it, you can pull it to different degrees of tension on there, and it will make it a little more transparent. Say for instance, if you cover that whole thing with dark thread and then you pull this tight, you would see that dark thread in the back. But as you're going up with this, whether it be the nymph skin or what, if you leave pressure off, you'll actually get bigger. It'll actually taper for you. And I'm going to tie that off there. I'm going to pull that tight. I'm going to tie this off. Pull it tight. Wrap in front of it. Another wrap or two in front and back. I'm going to take this and I'm going to trim this. Pulling it tight, trim that close. And hopefully it doesn't unravel on you, which it has on me a couple of times. So now we got this. I'm going to bring my thread up just to secure. I'm actually going to put a half hitch in there. Just a single half hitch so my thread doesn't slide off. Now I'm going to take my UV cure, and I use DeerCreek. This is Diamond Flex. And I'm going to cover that. You can use whatever UV cure you have. Get it on there. I'm actually going to turn it slightly. We're going to let this roll right around. Going to put this away. And you can actually make a further taper with your UV cure. Now I'm going to let it sit there. The bottom is looking nice. I'm going to let that sit there because you see that little bit of drip there. I like that. So I'm going to take my UV light and cure that. And get that all the way around. And that little bit of drip kind of adds a little dimension to it. And the reason I use the DeerCreek is because it is tack free. Now, very simply, I'm going to take some of my black rabbit crystal dub. You can use whatever kind of dubbing you'd like, but you're just going to put a small head on there. And I especially like my black rabbit crystal dub. I make this with just rabbit hair, rabbit fur from a skin, and I put GSS olive mixed in with it. You can use whatever, any kind of angel hair or any of those kind of products to mix it in. And I cut it up and then I put it in the coffee blender and just give it a couple short taps with the coffee blender and it mixes it right up. I'm going to come back and then get to the head. Take my whip finish. I put about 6 in there because I don't want to put any head cement on that. Now I can take a dubbing teaser, and this particular one, the eyes or the hooks are going that way towards my fingers, so I'm going to pull it towards the front. I got it all towards the front, then I'm just going to kind of lay it back. And here we have a UV Cure Caddis Larva. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors. Please leave comments, questions, suggestions. If you'd like to purchase any of the flies that I make, go to etsy.com/shop/theflymanjim. And if you don't see it, just send me a message. We'll figure it out. And most of all, I thank you very much for watching my videos.